Uncorked came from, I suppose, trying to pair the sustainability element of the industry with making jewellery. So I'd always made sort of wreaths and table decorations. It's just a hobby I'd had for a long time. And then I just thought, you know what, try something new. And I made a pair of earrings just for myself, just as an experiment, and had a few sort of compliments on them. So kind of decided to take it a little bit further. And this year, I think, probably like everyone's found, there's been a lot of changes, and it's made me sort of push it to become hopefully an actual business rather than a hobby.
Hi, welcome to today's Ask Austin. Today I'm speaking to Jennifer Goodall from Uncorked Jewellery. Hi Jennifer, how are you?
Hi Austin, I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. So I guess your name gives it away, but do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do?
Of course, yeah. As you say, I think Uncorked Jewellery, probably a slight clue there. But I and champagne corks into jewellery. I also make wreaths and table decorations. But yeah, the kind of focus of the business is sustainable jewellery. And with my love of wine, it came quite naturally to make this hopefully quite unique style of jewellery.
So do you get all your friends to collect all their corks in? Is that how you do it, or?
It would be a bit of a tough job doing it all by myself. I mean, I give it a good go, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I definitely rope in family, friends. I've started asking my neighbours, local bars and pubs. So yeah, it's quite a nice way to network and get to know people around me as well, actually. Yeah. So it's been quite a nice sort of side product that I found out as well. I know who drinks a lot on the coast. So,
so it's obviously quite an unusual thing to do. So what made you come up with the idea of using the corks to create the jewellery?
Well, I've worked in the jewellery industry my whole career. So jewellery has always been something that I've wanted to create. I've sold it, I've trained about jewellery, but I've never had my own jewellery before. So I suppose that's always been a bit of a dream for me. Uncorked came from, I suppose, trying to pair the sustainability element of the industry with making jewellery. So I'd always made sort of wreaths and table decorations. It's just a hobby I'd had for a long time. And then I just thought, you know what, try something new. And I made a pair of earrings just for myself, just as an experiment, and had a few sort of compliments on them. So kind of decided to take it a little bit further. And this year, I think, probably like everyone's found, there's been a lot of changes, and it's made me sort of push it to become hopefully an actual business rather than a hobby.
This episode of Ask Austin is presented in conjunction with Artisanary Co, a marketplace and community for artisans, crafters and artists, taking care of the business side of the creative process. To find out more, go to www.artisanryco.co.uk.
So what is it you like most about making your jewellery, and what do you least like about it?
Most I like the freedom of expression. So I think being able to just shut off from everything else and just sort of create and make something that you sort of pour your heart and soul into, I suppose. That for me is what I like about it. It's a way to create something that's very personal, but also, if other people like that, that's a huge compliment. What I don't like so much is I'm finding it quite a steep learning curve, the brand building side of things. So it's one thing to create something that you love and you want other people to love, but you've got to get to make a brand. So I'm starting to enjoy elements of it, but trying to build a brand using the internet, Instagram, it's something Artisanary, I think, is probably helping quite a lot with, and their aim is to help people with brand building and business building, as well as just being creative, because I think my partner will kill me if it just keeps sitting on my desk instead of building a brand and getting it out there.
Yeah, no, it's a really good point, and I was going to ask you about Artisanary. So how did you get involved in Artisanary, and what are you hoping to get out of being connected with that community?
I got involved, and they actually messaged me on Instagram originally, and something I've been trying to do with my Instagram platform community. So there's obviously a lot of creatives. It's a fantastic tool that we have nowadays to bring people together, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world or even in the UK, you can build this community. The flip side of that is Instagram is obviously a phenomenal platform, so to build a community can be quite time consuming. So when Artisanary messaged me, they were basically saying, we're trying to get a creatives community together, it's a supportive network. I really like the fact that they support women-owned businesses in particular. So it was right place, right time. I felt like it was something that they were doing that had been something that had been in my peripherals for a while anyway.
Yeah, one of the things that's a common theme from speaking to guys who have joined Artisanary is about the community aspect, and the fact that, you know, you mentioned there about your brand, and it's maybe not something that comes natural to people. So having these other like-minded people in the same kind of industry as you to bounce ideas off, or even ask questions, yes, how do I do such and such? It's a great tool to be able to rely on.
Definitely. I mean, we're all working towards the same purpose. We're all, you know, sort of building brands. We're all sort of, I think, naturally sort of hopefully creative people want to just get in the workshop and you know, create something. But I think having a support network to help get that out there is really, really helpful.
Yeah.
They have sort of virtual coffees, as you know, every week, and there's different subjects in there that some of them are really interesting, and yeah, you can get involved in that way. It's a great idea, I think.
No, it is, and it feels like something a bit different. I've not really seen any other, certainly in the creative side of things, any other businesses doing similar kind of things. So yeah, I mean, it's great to be involved in that, and I've been working with them probably for about 9 months now. I used to work with Pam
from the start then.
Yeah, I used to work with Pam back at RBS, and when lockdown kind of happened, we chatted about doing some sort of collaboration piece. So I've interviewed quite a few people from Artisanry, so it's great to hear everybody says the same thing in terms of having that community, having that network to rely on. And it's great seeing, I obviously follow a lot of the businesses on Instagram, and it's great seeing them flying, you know, they just seem to be growing, which is great. It's all kind of coming together for them. So
I think a lot of it is the confidence. That was one of my initial conversations with them is, you know, you at the very start, it feels quite exposing to put something out there that's, you know, very much yours. And so having someone in your corner, I suppose, having, you know, the feeling of the community behind you or a person behind you sort of pushing you forward is really, really helpful. So it makes you feel, yeah, I can do this, rather than just sort of, oh, I'm not sure if I want to.
Yeah, and a lot of us have never run businesses before, so, you know, we're learning as we go. So it's, you know, it's just having that, as you say, that person just to give you that bit of confidence to say go for it, and give you that push. So in terms of a regular day, so are you doing this full time, or is this just a part-time?
It's a tricky question, really. I was made redundant with COVID, as many people are. So my obviously year has changed quite a lot at the moment. So I'm at the minute, I suppose, still doing it part time. I've got two little ones, identical twin toddlers, so hence my love of wine. So it's good fun because I'm sort of doing it in the evenings, doing it at nap time, just really trying to fit it around all of that. So yeah, sort of full time as much as it can be at the minute.
So my question was going to be, what does a kind of regular day look like? But I guess it's kind of around the kids and then whatever time.
Yeah, I'm trying to embrace the new normal. Yeah. I keep hearing. So yeah, regular. It is literally quite different every day. Sometimes I can, you know, my partner's working from home. Sometimes I can get a few hours and just really get into it, get some new designs, get some wreaths. At the minute, with Christmas coming up, it's all about the wreaths at the moment. I think they're obviously quite popular right now. So I'm trying to get a lot of time in the evenings to sort of build those. But yeah, there's no normal day, which is great in some ways, and other days you kind of want that consistency. But I think we're all adapting this year, aren't we?
Absolutely, yeah. So in terms of your work, before COVID, did you go to craft fairs and that kind of thing, or was it all kind of online?
It's always been online. I mean, I've only launched this year in terms of Uncorked. Before that, it was always more of sort of a hobby. I work full time, as I said, in the jewellery industry, sort of training. So I've been sort of gleaning inspiration for many, many years. And then this year, it's the sort of putting all of that together and launching Uncorked.
Yeah. So I guess once we get out the other end, is the plan to start doing craft fairs and going to...
Definitely, yeah. I think particularly with my kind of product, I think it really does help to see it and to have those interactions. Like we're very lucky to have the internet, and it's a great platform, but you can only sort of put so much out there, and trying to do sort of more lives and things like that, which isn't my sort of comfort zone, but it's the closest you can get to having that interaction with someone. But yeah, I'd love to be able to do more of that. So I'm really hoping sort of this time next year things look a little bit different and we can actually get and sort of, yeah, I know. hoping but yeah, it'd be great to be able to actually go and then you get more genuine feedback as well, I think, because you see people and you get to sort of see what excites people, see what doesn't as much, so it's a more natural way to hone your product line and to hone what's working and what's not.
Absolutely. I guess being able to see people's reactions and see their eyes when you talk to them, it makes a big difference as well. So that's great. So if people want to follow you, you mentioned that Instagram, you're on Facebook as well?
Yes, so Uncorked Jewellery on Instagram, and exactly the same on Facebook, Uncorked Jewellery as well.
Excellent. You got a website?
And obviously Artisanary.
Yeah.
I don't have a website yet. No, it's something it's on the long list of things that I'm sort of working on at the moment. So at the minute, there's quite a lot of information sort of about me on Artisanary, or probably Instagram's the main platform I use. I do some sort of stories on there with upcycles. So if you're interested in seeing the process as well as the finished product, Instagram stories is a great way to see that, because I normally sort of start off with, maybe a few bits of broken jewellery, a few bits of, sort of the corks as is, and then I try and talk through the whole process start to finish. That's quite a nice one to share with people. Yeah,
that's cool. I think people really like seeing kind of behind the scenes as well of how things are created. So I guess stories lends itself well to that kind of format.
Definitely, yeah, and I think it's quite nice to show the sort of the work that goes in, and even the ones that don't work, because a lot of it for me is sort of trial and error. Some even the nature of the product I work with. Corks are they can be sort of tricky to work with. So some of them, you'll have this idea and you're sort of, getting it all together, and then the cork crumbles and falls apart. So you're literally back to square one and you have to do the whole process again. So it's, trying to show a little bit of that, and hopefully people appreciate the time and the energies that goes into the product.
Fantastic. Listen, Jennifer, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
Bye.